Hi, this is Matt once again. We're back to another video, and this is a paid request for Devon. Thank you so much for that. For those interested, requesting any type of videos, whether it be a topic, movie review, re-review, thought streams, commentaries, video game playthroughs, whatever the case may be, streams, commentaries, what have you. PayPal's the best way to do it. Do have a Cash App as well. Links are down below in the info box. I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. So thank you for that. And this is for Dragons Forever, a 1988 film that I had not seen before. And overall, I would say I liked it. I do think the film could have needed a bit more action. When the action's there, it's fighting, fisticuffs. Would have been nice to see a little bit more variety, a little bit bigger set pieces. This is the thing, like, this film doesn't really have a lot of big set pieces. What I mean by that is, well, before I get to that, this is a Jackie Chan film from Hong Kong, 1988. It co-stars Sammo Hung and Yuen Biao. Now, they worked together for a number of years. They did Wheels on Meals, they did Project A, and I think some others. And like Sammo and Yuen Biao, I think they worked together on Eastern Condors, very good movie. I would say Sammo Hung's best movie, in my opinion. Sammo Hung and Jackie Chan would later work on Mr. Nice Guy, because Sammo did a cameo and directed that one, and it starred Jackie Chan. But this is the last film the three of them worked together. And they grew up with each other at the Peking Opera School, where they were taught acting, martial arts, and just a lot of other different skills. And it was a type of school that if you screw up, you don't get your ass whipped. Literally. So they definitely bonded, and I think Sammo was the big brother, and they were worked together. Now, again, this is the last film the three of them did. Now, I don't know what the reason for that is. I don't know if it's because Jackie Chan wanted to go on his solo career. Maybe Sammo was getting a bit tired. Maybe he thought he was getting into the shadow of Jackie. He wanted to stand on his own. Maybe Yuen Biao felt the same way. I don't know. But it's sad that they never worked together as a unit, the three of them, again, in a film in the 90s. That would have been nice to see. And before I go further, my point earlier, the plot of the film is Jackie Chan's a lawyer. He is supposed to be a lawyer for this chemical factory who are getting sued by this fish market, this fish farm, saying, hey, these chemicals are doing stuff to our fish and our livelihood. Jackie Chan is working for them. He gets them being the chemical plant. Sammo Hung is a buddy who'll do whatever for money. So Jackie's like, hey, help me out. So Sammo is a neighbor to the head fish farm lady. But when he is doing his business, he starts to fall in love with the girl. Also, Jackie enlists the help of Yuen Biao, who's a very eccentric, weird guy, and wants him to bug the apartment. Some misunderstandings happen where Sammo Hung thinks Yuen Biao is a burglar, and Yuen Biao thinks Sammo is the enemy, and they start fighting each other, and then Jackie has to keep them apart, while Jackie is warming up to this lady who's also part of the fish farm, fish market. And again, you get some misunderstandings, you get some comedy in there. You get a decent amount of the three kind of fighting each other, which is some of the more fun bits in the film. Until they decide to go against the chemical company. Sammo and Yuen Biao go in to see what's going on, and you come to find out it's a front for narcotics, specifically heroin. And the story unfolds from there. Now, I know this film, when it came out, it underperformed. It wasn't looked at as well as other Jackie Chan films, let alone Jackie Chan, Sammo Hung, Yuen Biao films, because number one, people felt I didn't care for the fact that they played different types of characters, because Jackie is a lawyer, but he's also a womanizer. He's going after various women, and granted, not in a, he did that in City Hunter, but that wasn't a well-liked Jackie Chan film either. Although I would put City Hunter above this. I do find that film more fun. But yeah, Jackie smooching up with girls, dealing with this girl. A lot of people didn't want to see that in movies, at least in China and in Japan and other places. Sammo Hung, he has a bit of a love story in this. I don't know if a lot of people wanted to see that. Yuen Biao usually plays like an underdog. Here he's playing like a weird, eccentric guy that I guess if you watch a different cut of the film, which I did not have, it explains more as to why he's so eccentric. That wasn't the cut I had. I don't have the film. I don't own the film. The only copy I could find to watch was the stuff that didn't have that footage in there. But I like that they played different type of characters. It didn't bother me in this film. I mean, not every day do you see Jackie Chan slap a woman in the face, do a Will Smith 5 across the face. Every day you see Jackie Chan do that. I'm like, oh, he's doing a Will Smith. So maybe he learned, maybe he taught that to, Jaden Smith, and then Jaden Smith taught that to Will Smith, and Will Smith taught it to himself for the Oscars. Who knows? Sammo Hung, I mean, I like Sammo. It's cool that he has a little bit of a love story. It has a nice little heart to it. Yuen Biao, I like some of his eccentric weirdness, like his apartment, where he has this giant light switch, or he has this weird fish tank where the fish is like a little tube, so the fish can only go one way. Like they're on a little journey. So I like that. I kind of wish we could have seen more of that eccentric stuff throughout the film. But I didn't mind the fact that they were playing different types of characters. And when the fight scenes are there, there's some nice choreography. There's some really good stunt people, their work of getting hit and reacting to it, and the agility of Yuen Biao. Like there's scenes at the end when they're fighting the chemical plant where Yuen Biao is like doing these crazy bat flips and great kicks and showing his flexibility, his agility. Jackie Chan has a wonderful fight with Benny the Jet Urquidez, which they had a fight in Wheels on Meals. I would say this was even better, and it's easily the best part of the movie. The fight between Jackie and Benny, Jackie Chan versus Benny the Jet, is my favorite part of the movie. It's worth watching just for that. But again, it doesn't have a ton of action. I mean, there's a little fight scene at the beginning where Jackie's protecting a woman, and the woman thinks, "You're working for them, huh? Did you send this? Are you acting?" And then that's when Jackie slaps her. "You think I'm acting?" Because she slapped him first. Equal rights, equal fights. You slap me, bitch, I'm going to slap you in the face. That's pretty much Jackie's saying. It's like, you think I'm acting? I'm not with them. I'm trying to help you, sorry ass. I did like the bit where he jumps up and he accidentally hits his head on a ceiling fan, because I know how that feels, and it hurts like a sumbitch, so I did appreciate that. Also, there's a bit with the client where he wins, but then when the judge's not looking, he takes the guy and beats his shit, slams his head against the desk and punches him a few times. Hey, Judge, I'm just doing what I need to do. I thought that was funny. I thought the acting by Jackie, Sammo, and Yuen worked well. It's cool to see Benny the Jet in there. But again, I think it would have been nice to have more action. I was going on about the action. You had a little bit at the beginning, when Sammo, the first job he has is trying to sell guns to these guys, but they don't have the money, so he takes them back. And the guy's like, "But it's our first robbery." "Oh, it's your first robbery? Here, buy some of these knives. It's $15 a piece." They get pissed, and Sammo beats the fuck out of the both of them. And a lot of the, like I said, the characters fighting each other. So, like, Yuen Biao thinks Jackie is a burglar, so Yuen Biao is fighting Jackie Chan. Sammo Hung, when he's pretending to be the neighbor to get into the fish market lady, the fish farm lady's good graces. Yuen Biao comes in to bud the place, but Sammo thinks it's a burglar, so it's Sammo versus Yuen Biao. And there's a few times where they fight each other because they're not on the best terms with each other. And there's multiple times where it's the three of them, and one punches the other, and the other punches the other, or when the other characters find out what's really going on with these three, and they get pissed. These three get pissed at each other, and Sammo's kicking Yuen Biao, and then Yuen Biao's kicking Jackie, but then Jackie's doing this and throwing Yuen Biao down. So I like when they interacted with each other. I thought that was fun. I would like to see more for those scenes to go longer, honestly. There's a fight scene on a boat where Jackie is chased and he's using the environment, whether the stairs or chairs, to his advantage. That's a fun little sequence. When Sammo is in the chemical plant, he gets found out and he's fighting some guys. He got some good footwork from Sammo. Pretty good agile work for a guy who seems to be overweight, but he knows how to use it. He knows how to move. But again, while the action is fun to see, like I said, there's not a lot. And like I said earlier, there's not a lot of big set pieces. Just like I said before, to repeat myself, Wheels on Meals. You had the big chase scene with the yellow van, the food truck, however you want to put it. You had the chase scene with the skateboard. Even in other Jackie Chan films, you had the runaway carriage and Mr. Nice Guy. You had the insane mall ending in Police Story. You had all this, the wind tunnel and Operation Condor, and I don't know, just it felt like in this they kind of simmered down on the big set pieces. Because in the chemical plant there are people that take big hits where they're up here, they get hit and they fall to the ground. Very hard worked as well. But again, just compared to other Jackie Chan and other films at that time, it just felt like, other than fights, if you've seen the film, can you really think of any big set pieces, any big stunt work? Again, explosions, chases, car chases. No, not really. Not really. Which is strange because usually that's their bread and butter. That's usually what they're going for. But I guess in this case, they decided a bit more on the character and the acting, which is fine. And you have some action in there. But that probably also led into why this was not the most popular of these guys' filmography. But I still like it. Like I said, I like the three of them together. I like them playing different type of roles. I like some of the comedy bits when Jackie has his girl over and he's got a high Sammo Hung, so Sammo's either pretending to be a lamp, pretending to be a lamp, or Jackie's trying to take this cloth, but he's got to do it this way to hide Sammo's body. Or he's pushing Sammo into his closet. You can tell he can't fit, so extra force forces Sammo in there. And in the third act, they each get their moments to shine. Sammo just to fight some bad guys, then he just caught in Drud. Yuen Biao goes in and does some nice agile stuff. I did just say, like, Yuen Biao takes care of a good chunk of the henchmen bad guys. At the end, Sammo Hung drugs and stops the head bad guy, which I forget his name, but I know he's been in a lot of stuff. And then Jackie fights a couple guys, but then takes care of Benny the Jet. So they each get their little moments to shine. And I'm trying to think what I was going to say. Oh, I mean, there's other recognizable people in here. Earlier on, you see a judge and as Roy Chiao. He is Lao She in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Anytime I see him, I keep thinking of Indiana Jones saying, "Nice try, Lao She." Yes, Dr. Jones. So it's always cool to see Roy Chow in there. Of course, he's been in plenty of other films, Bloodsport, among others. And there's a few other people here and there you might recognize in little bits and stuff, but again, overall, this it was nice to see it because it was a Jackie Chan film I had never seen before. Now, I had seen bits and pieces and clips of that Jackie versus Benny the Jet fight, so it's nice to see the full movie where that belongs in. Again, I don't mind the interactions of the main three. They were fun to see at times. And them fighting each other, or kind of the routine of one hits one, one hits the other, then one hits the other. Like, that was entertaining to see. But yeah, I think just the fact of having more action and variety of action, like really strong set pieces that really make people. I would say the one that does is the Jackie versus Benny the Jet fight. But yeah, it would have been nice to see other different types of action, whether it be gunplay, whether it be again explosions, whether it be car chases, or whatever stuff more inventive, sure, as well. So, but it was still fun to watch. It was still fun to watch. With that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye bye for now.